Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
Whenever you are able to log into the system, right? Whenever you log into the Workday, this is your home screen. Whenever you start working on Workday, this will be your landing page. Now, when I say landing page, the first page that you see is your landing page. This is very important part, guys. And when you actually start working on Workday, the first page is very important because from here only the navigation starts. And we are going to look into this into detail. When I say that this is very important, it means that we should be thorough with this page. The first icon which I'm going to talk about is this. This is called Workday Home icon. When I click on it, I'll be redirected to this screen. Irrespective of the place where I am, it will always take me to this screen. All right, now this is my menu item. Now, whatever you see here, these are your applications. We all know that Workday has multiple applications. Why and how? Because you have multiple actions to perform. You have to, punch in your time card, basically mark your attendance. If you need to go on leaves, you have to look into the leaves, then apply for it. Then you might need to see, your performance score and everything that is also a part of it. Whenever appraisal happens, you may need to use it. You may need to use some of the reports in case you want to. How exactly it works is, this is where you see that this is going to help you. Now this menu item is something which is very important. This search box that you see, this is basically called as global search. When I say global search, basically means anything you want to search. You just have to type it here and it will be in front of you. Even if I have to perform any action, I will use this box only. This is called a search box and this is very, very important. Now when I say it's very, very important, why? Because all the activity as a consultant, you will be doing it through this search box only. Let's say if I have to create something, maybe a report. I'll type in create custom report. See, the task is coming here. Now as I stated, Workday is a task-oriented tool. There is no points and click for a consultant. For an end user, it is still there, but for a consultant, it is not there. Because a consultant should know the tasks and activities that they have to perform. And how will they know? Through practice. This search box has got IntelliSense. Now, when I say IntelliSense, what does that mean? You just need to write the first 3 letters. And you will see a lot of things is going to show you how it is actually trying to read it and it's trying to match the things which you can look into. If I say custom report, see anything related with custom report will come. And if I say supervisory org, I just have to type in sup. you see anything related to supervisory organization is coming here. Now for creating, I just type in create. All the things will come. Let's say I want to create a cost center. Right? This is the search box which has got IntelliSense. And as a consultant, I will be dependent on this. And I'll be dependent much that every day I'm going to use this only. These three things are clear to you. Then let's go to the next one, which is notification. You see this bell icon. This bell icon is basically your notification. Whenever you start working in an organization, right, you will get your email. Corporate email. Let's say you start working in Microsoft and Microsoft is using Workday. In case it is using Workday, what it will do, it will map your email ID also with Workday system because that will become your login ID. Once it is mapped, any kind of information that is shared with you or by you, it will be in this form. That is your inbox and then notification. Any activity which you have to do, it will come as a notification. Let's say a training is assigned to you. You will get an email. Also, you will get a notification. That email will also be here and it also will be in your corporate email ID. You know the corporate email address you get. Like some organization uses Outlook, some may use Gmail. You know they have different ways, but you know whatever you will be using, you will be getting the email here and in your inbox of your corporate email ID also. It will say, let's say you are a manager and someone has applied for a leave. And then you will get an email stating that you know this person has applied for a leave. Please review and take appropriate actions. What actions? There will be a button to take action. When you click on that, it will redirect you to Workday. And then when you come into Workday here, also in that inbox, you will see that you know email, that whatever the task is assigned to you, you see create position sales manager, right? This is a position that is supposed to be created. The request has come to this user and this user is supposed to complete it. That's how it works. You will see a lot of things going here. You know, hiring assigned organizations create positions again. Again, whatever things has to happen, it has to happen through this email and this is your inbox. It is mapped with your original corporate email ID, which is going to help you perform this activity. And then you have this notification. Any action that you need to perform. Let's say you are running a report. And then the report is taking little time to complete. It will come and tell you that please notify me later. You can click on that. Whenever that run is complete, you will get this notification here that your report is complete or your report is generated. You'll get certain notification like you see document is available. This document which was supposed to be available is now available. If you just look at it, you will have a lot of information that is coming here. This is about your first main screen. Menu Workday Home Search Box. Wherever you are, you can if you want to go to your home screen, just click on this. Then the search box will always be available. It will not go. Then this notification and inbox will also be available. Any questions up till now? Anything that you have not understood here, please let me know. Everything is clear. That's wonderful. Then comes this option, which is your user. In real time, when you are logged into your system, you know when you start working in any of the organization, you will have your own user. This user has a lot of information. If you want to look at the profile, just click on this. You will be able to go to the profile of the user. Let's see what happens. This is the Workday account. You know this person is member of these many security groups. Then these are the customer reports, all those things you will get. But this is still not giving you the complete view. I'll show you a complete view later, but we go into the security. This is my home screen. If I just click on home, I'll go back to the home screen. There are multiple ways by which you can go to the home screen. This is my account. If I click on it, see it says change password preference and all the other things. But don't do that. This is just to show you. Now you see, there is a very important thing we just called as Workbench. Now, what does this do? When you click on this, it will give you all the applications for you to work. Now you see how does it look like? This has completely changed, right? You have to go to the front. Sorry, I could not hear that you're talking to me. Right? Workbench is basically a view which gives you the access to your applications and your inbox and other parts of it. If you have anything pending, you know you will see here. Create position right. You see that? You saw that in the inbox. The same things have been displayed here. Now these are my applications which were there, and this is now being shown in this way. All these applications are basically called as worklets. And these are all your small icons. Like you have, a desktop, a shortcut on your desktop. Let's say you have to go to my computer. You will have a shortcut on your desktop, right? If you have to go to a document or a folder, you will have a shortcut on your desktop when I click on that, it will redirect me to that place. Correct? Yes, sir? Yes. Similarly, Workday also provides you certain applications in the form of worklets. All of these applications have a specific usage, and all these usages are very, very important, which you need to perform. Now, how do you configure this? If I have to configure, how do I do that? I'll come on to this place, which is the Workbench. Then you see this gear icon, right? It says configure applications. I click on it. And now it will take me to configure worklets. Let's see how exactly it looks like. It's loading. It will take some time. I don't know why, but you see, this is what your processing is. In case you don't want that this happens, then you can click on, let me know later. And then in the later, once that process is complete, you will get a notification here. Right here, what you see is configure worklets. Guys, all these applications, as I stated, is worklet. There are two types of worklets. One which is called as required worklets. And other is called as what? Optional worklet. Anything where you see issue. Let's say, as per your roles and responsibilities, when you join your organization, you will be given certain access to the applications. Not only access, but specific application will be there. Every employee is supposed to log in and, update the timesheet. Correct? everybody has to mark their attendance. And if they are using Workday for that, then that application has to be given to all the employees. Because if they don't submit the timesheet, then how will you actually go ahead and help them? Are you getting my point? Right? In this way, there are multiple applications which are given access. You know which is a, basically it is given to everybody. The access of that application is given to everybody that they can use it. That type of application is not your optional worklet. It becomes your required worklet. Even if you do not want that, you know it will still be there because it is set up as a required worklet as per your role. Right? And apart from that, if you need some specific applications, then for that purpose you have optional worklets. These optional worklets are basically something which you can keep by yourself. Like how you keep icons on your desktop. Similarly, you can keep on adding the shortcut to that application and you can add it. Now you see, the fact is there can only be 20 worklets. There can be a maximum of 20 worklets. Right now there is 7. I can add 13 more. Let's say if I just go ahead and click on this, it will ask me, it will give me a new role. New role will come here and this on this new role. I can go ahead and add another worklet to be added. It is still loading. The tenant is slowed these days. I'm not sure why, but it is taking. Someone has raised hand. Amanda, yes, please tell me what is the request. We can add ourselves. We can add worklet by ourselves or we will get permission from our hiring. See, that's what I'm showing you, right? That you can add your optional worklets, not the required ones. I have a similar question. Similar question. Whatever you're configuring here, is that only for you or for the whole org? This is only for me at the moment. Got it? Right. Now, if you want to configure it for somebody else, you don't give the permission here. The permissions are basically given on the roles that we will see later. You know how exactly that is given is depending upon your roles, because every employee who joins the organization will be assigned a role that is mandatory. Without a role, you cannot have an account. You cannot create a Workday account for them. Got it. Thank you. No problem. The request is the required worklets we cannot see here. No, it is not there. I mean, basically, it is not put for you. For this user, it is not there, but generally you will see some of the required. We can see. Sorry, your voice is breaking. We can see it. Oh, we can see the required worklets over here, or if there is some somewhere else. No, it will be here only. If there is anything required, it will be here only. We cannot edit that. I mean, you cannot remove it. See, at the moment I can remove this. Right. I have removed it. Right. The required ones I will not be able to do. Required worklets will be visible in Workbench only. It can be visible in your menu card also in case it is there if it is available. I added it again and then I can go ahead and click on. You see, it says that this is a new. Which thing has got added? Now see, select the optional worklets you would like to include on your Workbench page. Now, what is the limit here? The maximum you can have. How many worklets? Always remember that because you know it can be an interview question. Shivani has a question she has put on the chat. We will not be working on all the optional worklets. Not necessary. It is completely your choice. What you want to keep it as your optional worklet. You have the right to do that. If you don't want any optional worklet, you can remove it also. It's like if you're working on particular integration, then only that will be under the required worklet, right? Again, required. Worklet is something which you cannot control. It will be controlled by. It will be controlled basically by the security administrator, whoever owns the tenant. They can add or remove anything which is there. Is there any limit for required worklets also? No, it is not for optional. It is for both. In total, you can have only 20 worklets, whether it is required or optional. Sir, I have a question. In configure worklets, do we have a required worklets just like optional worklets? I can see on the screen. Yes, you will have required worklets also. Sir, I have a question. Can we call required worklets as a static and optional or dynamic? I could not hear that. Can you repeat that? Can we call required worklets as a static and optional or dynamic? No, it is nothing like that. It is just an application. Just don't think anything is static or dynamic. Required worklets are a default worklets, which is... Yes, you can say required worklets are default worklets. That is better. But this will be set by the domain, right? The required, I mean the default worklets. Yes, the required worklets will be set up by the administrator. And the other thing is we can custom and keep it. That's what you're trying to say. Optional worklet is something which you can put by yourself. You can customize it. Sir, what is the difference between favorites and Workbench? Is there any difference if both are same? No, both are not same. I'll show you the favorites, then let it load. This is really slow at the moment. I don't know what happened. But ideally, it is never slow. I'll just try to cancel it. Actually, some error has occurred and it has come out of the page and it is asking me to log in one more time. You got the access to the tenant. So yes, maybe you need to just log in again because this is a shared tenant, guys. A lot of people uses it. It cannot be given like a dedicated tenant. A lot of people use this because this is a practice tenant. Sometimes you might see that your user might change also. Right. But don't worry, I'll show you a way by which you can go back to the same user again and perform your activities. Looks like there is some issue with the tenant today and I'm not sure what. It started loading. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please tell me. I was just asking. As per our roles and responsibilities, we will be working on the work list. If we are given the role of like 10 work list, then we will be working on that and not another one, right? Or we'll be creating as per the work for ourselves. Sorry, can you repeat once again? I could not hear that again. I'm saying if we have joined the organization, we are given the task of working on 10 work list. But the work list are like 20. We will be creating the work list, or we'll get the portal with the work list created and we'll be working on that. Or we have to create it. No, you don't have to create anything. As a user, all the things will be given to you. Those required. Work list will already be assigned on your profile. Right? The required work list will differ from person to person depending on their roles and positions. Yes, it will differ from person to person. For HR, there could be something else which is required. For a software engineer, it is something else that is required. For an accountant, it is different, which is required. Right. Depending upon your job role, everything is configured in that way. I hope you are able to understand what I'm trying to say. Till the time it loads, let's discuss something else. I hope up till now things are clear to you, right? Yes? Thank you. I'm just reaching out to the support team to say, this is what I'm facing. Give me a minute. It started working. But still, should it take a minute or two? I have one more question. Is there ever a business need to create custom work lists? And if, is that like a possibility on the platform? Sorry, can you repeat that? What was that? Is there ever a business need to create custom work lists? Yes, sometimes it is required. You may need to create it. And that's supported basically on this platform. Yes, it is supported. It will give you an option. I'll show you that as well. That is what I tried doing it, but it started loading. There you go. Let's say I want to add something, right? Let me add a row. I think I got one. I'll remove one. And I'll add another one. How do we do it? I click on this. Here you see all default work lists and create, right? You can do anything of your choice. You want to use some default ones. Default is already there. All these things you are seeing, it's already there. If you want to go ahead and look into all work lists, that also you can do. Whatever the options that are available. And in case I want to create something, let's see. It says bulletin worklet or campaign worklet. Now bulletin worklet basically means that you let me show it to you. Let it load. Something which you want to add here. Let's say this says landing page group for bulletin worklet. Now bulletin worklet means that is something which you wanted to be available on your workbench. Maybe any custom report. Maybe I'm just checking for that custom report. You want this to be as a worklet and you want on if we whatever we want on our workbench, that will be a shortcut for us, right? Basically, it becomes like an application for you. You can easily access it. That's the only use. And we can access it only after creating a worklet, right? And goes to the application. Anything you want to put, like I'm trying to search for a report. I think I created one report and I'm going to put that report as a worklet. What will happen? I'll get a shortcut for that and it will be added there. That's what it means. And you can create anything of your choice. Right now it is still searching. I'm not sure what it is, why it is taking time. Ideally does not take time, but today it is taking. When you say create, do you mean what? Do you mean you're something which is already existing in the Workday or something which is absolutely new, which is not in the Workday, and you want something different? What do you mean exactly when you say create? Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. I'm not able to get your clarity. I don't know. And when you say create, you're talking of an application which is already existing in the Workday or something. It's already there. Exactly. You are creating an icon for it. That is the meaning of worklet. What did I say initially? Worklet is more like an icon that you are able to access that application. Anybody who has to access any application, that has to be an icon on their workbench. But if it is already existing, then it should come in the drop-down menu only. Yes, not drop-down, but it's something which you want to use it and create it. Example, time off. Time off is an application with the help of that you can go ahead and create, submit your leave application. But in case worklet is not created for that, then it will not come. You will have to create a worklet for it. By default, the worklet is not there for all the applications. Yes, by default it is not there. You'll have to create it. But guys, looks like there is some issue with the tenant. I'm not sure what, but I'm just trying to cancel it. But if you want to try, you can just do it. You can just try it at your side, but not right now. Looks like there is some issues going on, but you can put anything of your choice. Maybe you know something I want to put as a recruitment. Recruitment is not there, right? I'm sure that there must be a worklet created for that. Let's see if I'm able to get anything for recruitment. I can just add it. If I don't get it, I'll have to create a worklet for it. For example, if I have created any custom report that can act as a worklet. Yes, it can act as a worklet. I have to search the particular custom reported what I've created, and then I think I have to give a label of my choice. Yes, that is correct. That will become an application. Correct. This is the problem. And also I can use the existing, the worklet, right? Yes, you can. Fine, thank you. I'm just trying to load everything again. The worklet created by me, can they be accessible by other people? Or is it just accessible for myself? No, it will be available only for you, but this tenant is a shared tenant. In this, it can be accessed by anybody. But in real time? In real time, it is not. Yes, in real time, it will not be accessible. Thank you. That is what I wanted to discuss on Worklets. And now you see, this is your standard navigation. For us, a simple user, when I say simple user, basically someone who uses Workday as an end user, who uses it as their day-to-day activity. As an employee, let's say I joined the organization as an artificial intelligence expert. For me, what is the usage of Workday? Why will I access Workday? What do you think? To fill the leave application too? Basically for my HR related work, right? HR. I will mark my attendance. I will see the leaves which I have got. If I have to apply for lease, I'll do it. If I have to see my salary details, I can see the compensation. If I have to look into, the bonuses, I can do that. If I need to look into my salary slips, I can do that. Generally, a person is only going to use Workday for all these purposes. But as a consultant, I'm not going to use Workday only for this specific purpose. As a consultant, I will have to build everything in Workday right. For me, this home icon, inbox notification, all these things does not matter. What matters is the search box. Whatever permissions I have, according to that, I will have the tasks available. And apart from that, each user will have their kind of workbench given to them. They will get a workbench, and on that workbench your, applications that they have to access. It will be there. Apart from that, they will not see anything. They will not have even an access to type in a task here. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? It depends upon your roles and it depends upon how you want to use it. This is how exactly it works. Someone asked me, yes, sorry, tell me please. I have a question. As you said, this application would be visible to us only. I mean the user who is using it. But is it visible to our manager as well? As you said, it will be visible only to the user. No manager will not have access to all these things. Manager will only be able to see the workbench. Even if you are in the hierarchy, what the manager has to do with this kind of access is right. What you're looking into Workday is anyway. You're going to get only your data. Even if you have access to anything else, but you will not have access to the data of other employees. But if he's indirect, if he's our direct manager, and if you want to do any performance appraisal or something like that, that is different. That is different. That is different story. But what I'm trying to tell you is, what are the things which are available on your wall? What applications you have chosen as your worklets? What is your required worklets and your optional worklets? All those things your manager will not be able to see. They can look at some of your data, maybe your phone number, your address, your compensation details. That's it. They will not be able to know what's your bank account number, what's your passport number or any social security number you have. All those things are hidden. Those are all very personal to you. If I'm a normal user, I think I'm a developer. If I just open this Workday homepage, can I just use this global search to create some task? Yes, you can. If you have that permission, you can. I mean in general. I'm saying like in spite of whether I have an access or not, if it is a default page, can I create some? No, not in that case. If you will have the permissions, then no. The search icon will be disabled for them or how? No, it will not be disabled. It will be available, but they will not be able to get anything out of that search. They cannot create any basic reports or any, nothing. You mean to say the end user will get all this interface, but only the consultant will get all these features, correct? Correct? That is correct. Someone asked. Basically, the consultant will work as a back-end user, back-end person. C as a consultant is somebody who is going to develop something, right? You are more like a developer or tester, or you are going to support the client, right? In that case, if you don't have access to the applications properly, how will you support them or how will you do the development? You will not be able to do it. And again, one more thing. Guys, any developer who is doing the development, they don't have access in production. They will only have the access in the sandboxes, which is your development environment. Production. Access is not even given to the developer. Are you getting my point? Production access is not even given to the developer because production instance has a lot of confidential data, right? A lot of employees, Let's say there are 10,000 employees. The personal details of all the employees would be there. A very selective people have got the access to the production. Maybe the team lead or somebody who is the lead developer or lead consultant. They may have access to the production instance. For just a normal employee who is not who is not a Workday consultant, he basically has an access. For example, if you just have to check in HR activities, do you think like all these other icons are disabled for him? He cannot even create the basic default reports. No, they can create basic reports. The main information. Of course, it is not accessible to anyone. That's fine. I'm talking about just general reports. You need to tell me what report you would like to create as an employee. What do you think? No, I'm just curious to know whether they can access the search or not. Search they will have. Let's say they want to search for an employee. Let's say I want to search for Logan. I'll be able to search that. As an employee, I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to see the team. You know from which team he or she is. Who is their manager? All these things I'll be able to see, but nothing related to their personal data or any other information. I'll not be able to create anything. I may have you access, but nothing like create access. Let's see. I got this as an employee. You see, I'm able to get into the profile, but you see, I will not have every information. As a consultant, I'll be able to see a lot of things, but as a user, I'll not be able to see this compensation and all. I can just see their teams. That's it. I cannot see anything beyond that. When I click on compensation, see, I'm able to see everything. Because I have the permission, but other employees will not have the permissions. They will not be able to see anything related to other employee. Right. Got. Oh, also for that inbox. You know the mailbox? It's kind of the request, whatever coming from the end user. We are going to modify that. What it is, indicating that the mailbox other than the business communication. Mailbox is going to help you in performing the activities. Let's see this fixed business process. This is a task which is coming. See restart business process, right? Now I have this create position sales manager. Maybe it has come to me for approval, right? All these things are going to come as an action to you. You see this actions. You have to perform this. I think she's asking from whom we are getting these things, these actions. Say, for example, end user is using, there is a HR team who will perform all the HR activity for employees. The HR operation team might have some access, right? In that scenario, it will come under this. You know, the task or action that we can, any kind of an approval, we can give it to the HR person. Correct? For example, I'll give you a very simple example. You work in a team, right? And you have applied for a leave. That leave application will go to your manager. Correct? Correct. Now that manager has nothing to do with Workday. He or she is working in some other department, let's say admin department, but they're using Workday. Correct? They will get that email in their inbox. Then they will log into Workday. They will come to this and say approved. You know, like you have submit here, it will be a button like approved. Once you approve it, your task is done. Right. Is that clear to you? This is how you know the system is configured, and as per your roles and responsibilities, you will be getting the information. The next part is this is common for all. You know, even if you're a consultant, you will get the same screen. Even if you are an end user, you will get the same screen. But what matters? This matters because you know this is somewhere you will be given extra permissions which end user will not have. Even if they want to create something like, I'm getting the task, create supervisory organization. Right? I'll get that. But the end user will not get it. Let's say create location. I'm getting. I don't know why it is not coming, but ideally it should come. See, I got this right. Create location. This end user will not have it. Even if they try to do it, they will say this is not available for you. In fact, it will not say that, but it will not give any results. It will show 0. For the end user, what kind of search bar can come? For example, can you? The same thing will come. Same thing will come, but you are saying that for create location, that will come for the consultant person. But for the end user, the look and feel will not change. This will exactly remain the same, but you will not have the permission to create anything. Get it? And if we say create worklet, then how it will come? Create worklet is not here. From where did I show it to you? No, I'm just asking if we want to create a worklet. How did I show it to you? From where you will do it? From Jericon 1 config of Workbench. From there, you will do it right. Devashes are all the tasks that are there listed somewhere because we'll get to know as and when we start practicing. But is there a dictionary of all the available tasks? No, there is nothing like that. That is the problem. You need to note down all the things. This is what I wanted to explain to you in basic and additional navigation. And Worklet. This is how it works. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.